Hello students, I am back again with a new topic. The poem The Road Not Taken. This poem is written by the American poet Robert Frost. Here you can see the picture of the poet Robert Frost. We will know something about him. Robert Frost is one of the most renowned American poets. His most popular poems are The Gift Outright, Stopping by Woods on a Snowy Evening, Mending World, and The Road Not Taken. The Road Not Taken is a poem that describes the dilemma of a person standing at a road with diversion. This diversion symbolizes real life situations. Sometimes in life too, there come times when we have to take tough decisions. We could not decide what is right or wrong for us. Before moving to the detailed discussion of it, let's read the poem once. The Road Not Taken. This well known poem is about making choices and the choices that shape us. Robert Frost is an American poet who writes simply but insightfully about common, ordinary experiences. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood, and sorry, I could not travel both, and be one traveler. Long I stood and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth, then took the other just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear. Though as for that, the passing there had warned them really about the same, and both that morning equally lay in leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day, yet knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. I shall be telling this with a sigh. Somewhere, ages and ages hence, two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Now I will explain it stanza wise. This poem signifies a situation where the poet was walking down a road that had a diversion. He had to choose between the two paths. Since he was a single person, he could choose only one of the two paths. The wood was yellow, which represents a world full of people who have been residing for many years. The poet kept standing at the fork and looked at the paths very carefully. He looked as far as he could. Before moving forward on one path, he wants to understand how it was. Was it suitable for him to walk on it or not? He was able to see the path till from where it got curved. However, afterward, it was covered with trees and thus was hidden. He wanted to understand the advantages and disadvantages of the paths. The same happens in life too. We have to make decisions thinking about its good and bad consequences in future. The poet looked at one path for a long time to decide whether it's good or not for him. Then he takes the alternative path as he feels that both paths are equally good. He feels that the path he chose was better for him. The path was grassy, which depicted that it was walked over by fewer people, and also it was wanted wear. It depicted that the path was unused. However, as he walks on the path for some distance, he realizes that Both the paths were similarly worn out. Even in our life, every decision has its own good and bad consequences. We might think we are in a better position than the others, but it is not the reality. The poet says that the two paths looked similar that morning. Both were having leaves on them. No one stepped on that, and thus they were green. He decided to move forward on one path and keep the other for another day. Although he knew that he would not be able to return back as one path would lead to another. This happens in life too. We make a decision and move forward in that direction. We think that we would get a chance to start over again if we fail, but that does not happen. The poet says that someone in the future he will take a deep breath and tell that once in a lifetime he had to take a tough decision. He was standing at a diversion of two roads. Both looked to him equally well. Thus, he decides to move forward on the road which fewer people took. As a result, it has made him what he is today. That one decision shaped his future. Similarly, in the future, when we grow up, and then we have to say that once upon a time, when we were in your youth, you have to take tough decisions. The choice made by you had made you what you are today. Thus, the article of the poem, The Road Not Taking Summary, gives a very strong message to the people. Similarly, it tells us to be careful in making decisions in life. One should be very wise and careful while making choices, as our choices shape our future. Also, once we make a decision, it is very difficult to change and start again. One bad decision could make us regret it throughout life. All this depends on the choices we make today. So, this is all about the poem The Road Not Taken. So, choices are very important in our life that we have learned here. So, students, today I have to end up here. I will be coming back again with a new video. Till then, bye bye, take care. Read the poem attentively at your home and give your feedback in the comment box below. Thank you.